A lot of people know you or have seen you or have been rejected by you in nightlife.
Well, it happens.
Wass Stevens, arguably the most notable nightlife doorman in the country.
Sometimes I'm not sure. Like I'll get a feel, but I'm not sure. And maybe the girl looks good, but the dude looks a little like fucked up.
Instagram models.
Oh, I think they're bullshit. People who work a door and who think they're better than everybody who walks up. Well, get over yourself.
Do you like when people show up with labels?
No, I fucking hate it. Trying too hard. And 90% of the time, if you're rocking that shit, it's fake. Okay.
So if somebody shows up in a Gucci tracksuit.
I don't like tracksuit. And I actually love when I see women who break out the card. I have mad respect for that. Much more important to be able to A, shoot straight, B, decide who's going to be a problem inside the room, and C, be able to say no. Ironically, women who are not taking the cards out are usually the ones who will make the biggest stink about the minimums I give.
Three guys walk up. Are you like looking them up and down, like, oh, they have nice shoes on?
Of course.
The price went up by 1,000.
The men are the watching the shoes.
Watching shoes. And ladies, for me, it's almost always shoes and bags.
Shoes and bags. Welcome to the show, Wass.
Thank you, Ebony. Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely. What a thrill.
If for nothing else, the swag.
No, I mean, yeah.
I mean, when it matches, it matches.
I know.
Yeah, it's got to. I mean, do you see? I don't know if you guys can. Look at this. It matches.
The snakeskin is happening. Yeah.
Snakeskin matching.
That's
so,
it
was meant to be.
Yeah. A lot of people know you or have seen you or have been rejected by you.
And hate my guts.
Yes. Yes. A lot of people in New York City.
And in Los Angeles and in Miami.
Oh, so there's
and
a lot
in Toronto,
of people.
Canada, and yeah.
So you have
so you got a lot of haters.
Internationally.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people internationally.
Yeah. We got into a great, huge brawl in Toronto when I was doing a door up there.
Yeah,
we could touch base.
Yeah, we have to get to that.
Yeah, you'll appreciate this.
I would totally love to hear that.
Domi.
No.
Fuck yeah.
Ex-Ranger.
Yeah, badass. One of the toughest guys who ever played for the Rangers.
I mean, why not just let's go right there?
Go.
Yeah.
Get into that. All right.
Yeah.
No, let's go.
Was doing a guest gig in a club in Toronto. We used to do events. Tao Group used to do events all over the place before we kind of took over the world and owned everything. And so we would do pop-ups in different cities, and they would fly me up to obviously to run the shit, and I would go and. These big, brawly, lumberjack Canadian fuckers, didn't like the fact that this, rather lean, handsome New York guy with an accent and a go fuck yourself attitude.
Very handsome.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, I tried. Thank you, John. And I wasn't letting him in. And, they got mouthy and, security got involved. And, I'm pretty quick to throw my hands when someone gets
what side of the fence was Domi on?
Ty knew the guys.
Okay.
So thank God Ty, didn't get into the middle of it because
he would have.
There's no way I'm
all
fucking
due respect.
No.
He would have fucked you up.
No shit. Yeah. He would have fucked up everybody.
Right, everybody.
Thank God he came out after the fact. And the best part was he kind of ended it because the thing was completely out of control. Tables getting thrown over, and it was
this was
inside.
It was inside and outside.
So it started inside.
No, it started outside because I wouldn't let him in.
Shit.
And then they're friends, and it was
everybody just
fucking mess.
Whoa.
And Ty, thank God, squashed it. He knew everybody, and he and I are very good friends now. After that, believe it or not, even though we fucked up his boys, we fucked these guys up. Damn. It was good. It was a good fight.
Does that end the night if that happens, or do you just clean it up and?
No, actually, Ty came back in. I wound up bullshitting with him, and he had a drink on me. I don't drink. Right. And his boys, one or two went to the hospital, and that was, we kept running it.
I mean, wow.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. You just mentioned that you don't drink. How does that work in nightlife? Did you ever drink?
Just when I was a kid. Gave it up very young, 19, quit.
That was smart.
Thank God. Because most people who continue to use, you remember, don't get high on your own supply. If you're drinking and you're working in a bar every night, you're gonna die young.
You're gonna burn out.
Yeah. It's gonna age you. It's gonna fuck you up. So I ended that, and I never did drugs. So thank God. So it's good also because I always have a clear head.
Yeah.
think about it. Even a couple of cocktails will make you a little bit more belligerent or aggro than you.
Especially like being at the door. It's like,
And I already have a pretty quickie.
You do.
Quick temper.
I got a pretty bad temper. So I've learned, I've got, and I'm married now, so I've learned to keep my temper at the minimum and take a
power of a
breath.
wife.
And, it's very, and she's a tough fucker too, man. So I got to
She
be
is.
careful.
Yeah,
So,
she is.
So it's gotten better, but
How did you have a temper as a kid?
awful. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Leading penalty minute guy in prep school, and it's still a record.
Oh, so you played hockey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Roller
my God.
hockey,
that's
ice
right. This is
hockey?
all new. Yeah, I was a
Roll-
hockey player. That was my sport growing up.
No way.
Yeah.
Where?
I played in Brooklyn, played
Okay.
in Long Island, grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But the leagues in Long Island were better, so I played out for the Suffolk Royals, and I played for the PAL, and then I got...
What position?
I was a defenseman, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
That's
you had a
like-
fucking hit.
That's
I weighed
yeah.
more when I was 15 than I do now.
Really?
Oh,
shit.
yeah, I was a beast, man. I was 225 in college.
No.
What?
At my
Pumping?
height. Of course, that was the years, man.
3 1/4?
That was more than that, 4 1/4.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck chest
What
press.
does pumping mean?
Chest press?
Okay,
Lifting,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
4
Those were the
1/4,
days.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Got me beat by
Those were the
100.
days.
How often did you go to the gym then?
All the time. We
Yeah.
skated every day, and
And then the gym
Yeah.
pretty much every day.
Yeah, pretty much every day. So anyway, played, and then I went to prep school because hockey in New York is not the best. New England is better,
Oh, okay.
much
So you
better.
went to prep
and
school.
yeah,
in
and
New
it's interesting. Lou Lamarillo, who's
Yeah,
the GM.
of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
he used to coach Providence College. I used to go to camp at Providence College. He took a liking to how I played, and he kind of mentored me with my dad. And advised my father to send me to prep school in New England, because he thought I had potential, whatever. And
So you thought you were going to play in the NHL?
thought I was. Yeah, thought I was. Hoped I did. I hoped I was going to. And so I went there, and then I went to college, and then it was over,
Where'd you go to college?
Union,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Upstate New York, D1 now, D2 when I was there. But I played in Canada.
Did you
played some-
attend school while you were there?
Yeah, if it's... yeah, prep school, we had to. That was strict. Hockey, we got a little bit of leeway. A little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah.
And the team was really good. I mean, Union was a contender in those years, and they won the D1 championship a couple of years back. So, it's a pretty good team. It's a good league, good players. And I played juniors in Penticton, British Columbia. So, yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah.
If you go to Canada and play,
Yeah, if you go to
that's no
Canada,
fucking
yeah, that's
joke, dude.
that's where
Yeah, those guys were beasts, man.
Yeah.
I learned a thing or two up there, bro.
You mentioned you grew up in Brooklyn.
Yes, ma'am.
Every time that we've had someone here from Brooklyn, I have been in the middle coming from upstate, like way upstate, Albany.
Oh,
And-
well, that's right where Union is.
Yes, but
Schenectady,
yeah,
right?
and like the Brooklyn energy in the room always gets me into a corner because I'm like this with the something about being from Brooklyn makes people let you know that they're from Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a complete attitude.
And so, what was it like growing up in Brooklyn?
What you think it was. Yeah.
So it's how I hear it in the songs.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. And, we're
pride.
generationally, we were there when it was really what you saw in movies and what
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
you. There's definitely an energy that it's like, don't fuck with me,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and that's how it was growing up.
And and still is to a certain
Yeah.
Yeah,
extent. So, I mean,
totally.
the neighbors have changed, but the head is the same.
Yeah. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And now we just do it in Manhattan.
Yeah, or,
No, I know,
or
it's a-
Staten Island.
Staten
Right.
Island.
Or
Right.
Long Island. A lot of
Right.
boys went out there,
Right.
and
Staten
Yeah,
Island.
yeah. Everybody made good, got a house, but the attitude doesn't change.
It doesn't.
Right,
No,
right.
everybody. You know if someone's from Brooklyn within
Yeah.
5
Don't let your
minutes.
dog shit on my
No,
lawn.
it's
right.
like, I'm like,
They may
all right.
drive a Bentley, but you're not fucking around with their
No, yeah.
with their property.
Right.
So now
Right.
you're in college, and what trajectory were you going towards then?
Well, if hockey didn't work out, this was the insider trading time period, and I kind of didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to. I guarantee I would have ended up in jail with the fucking guys I knew. So, I went to law school. Yeah, I went to law school. I came back to the
So you
city.
go from
I
hockey
mean, that is
to law
yeah,
school.
that's
Yeah.
That's
Like having no teeth to talking to judges.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I got some great teeth. Man.
No, they are great.
Yeah,
They're
man.
nice.
Right,
They're
I had to fix
nice.
those fuckers up. Man. I had a lot of busted teeth.
I mean, law school, no one would have ever, I would never.
Yeah. For me, it was more
guessed.
of, I was a good arguer. I was a good debater. I could, talk my way out of anything. Brooklyn. Thank
Right,
you very much.
right.
I had a little, I had some brains. And I didn't want to go to work yet. And so it seemed like, I liked the whole wearing a suit thing. You guys know I like to go stylish. So,
Yes.
so arguing for a living, a guy from Brooklyn getting to wear a suit, fuck yeah, sign me up. So,
That's fucking brilliant.
right. So I did that, and that's where the club stuff came in, because I was putting myself through school.
Okay.
And I needed a night gig to pay the bills. I came back to the city. I went to Brooklyn Law.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Moved back into, actually, I moved to Sheepshead Bay.
That's
I didn't
pretty
go back
Brooklyn.
yeah.
How did you go from law school to the club scene?
I needed a night gig, right? I was a big fucking fighter, and I was a nightclub guy because we're Brooklyn guys, so we like clubs.
So you used to go to nightclubs.
Yeah,
fuck
did you,
yeah.
you went to
What
yeah.
clubs?
Well, I'm not gonna. Every place you could go and you could get in, right? Remember Pastels?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I used to go to Pastel.
of
That's
course,
Brooklyn.
Yeah. I mean, those all belonged to the boys back then. So yeah, all of them, and we went
TJ
underage.
Bentley's.
I never went there. No, but the whole Third Avenue thing in Bay
Yeah,
Ridge
that's
was real
who TJ
big.
Bentley's
and
was.
Okay, I know where that is.
And when we were kids, it was either you were fucking or fighting, and if you got to do both, it was a great night.
Damn. In the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
you got,
okay. Okay.
you know how it was. I mean, that whole Saturday Night Fever thing
Yeah.
with, sharing time in the car. That's real. Like that
Really?
really happens.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Hand
yeah.
job in the car.
Yeah. And guys take, you get like a 20-minute shift, and
Right,
you go
and
back
then-
in, and you.
What?
And then the next guy comes out.
Yeah.
and
No.
Yeah, that's real. That really happens.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
real.
That
Yeah.
happens. So,
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so I decided I needed, I classed during the day. I needed a night gig. And what better thing for, a guy like me to fight for money while I'm learning how to be a lawyer,
Yeah.
And it was, it gave me a nightlife. It gave me a social life because, even if you're working, there's girls everywhere.
Yeah.
That was a time when, there was not as many clubs. So every night of the week, I worked at the Palladium.
Oh, no way.
Ooh,
Steve
nice.
Rebell. Yeah, this was
Was that one of your first gigs?
that was my first gig in Manhattan.
Okay.
And interesting story. I interviewed with Steve Rebell.
Wow.
Yeah, and they put the ad in the Village Voice at the time for guys 6'2" and over. Well, I'm not 6'2".
Oh, they had a height requirement.
Yeah, I'm not 6'2", but I was about 225, 230 at the time, and I could scrap. So I said fuck it. I went in and I hit it off with Steve. And he loved the fact that A, I was a Brooklyn guy, B, I was in law school. He always used to say, "Oh, you went to the same place Ian went." I'm like, "No, I don't. He went to we didn't go to the same school."
You didn't go to the same school,
but
yeah.
Ian was a lawyer. His
Oh, I
partner.
didn't know that. Ian Schrager.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So-
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so they hired me, right out of the box. But interesting, because of my height, they put me on the street. So I wasn't even in like the rope area. It was fucked up. It was the worst gig ever.
Okay.
I was
Really?
like, I was
What do you
dealing
do?
with the crowds on the street and dealing with cab drivers. I'm talking about the 80s on 14th Street. This
I
was
used to
a
go to the
fucked
Palladium.
up gig. Oh, great. Wasn't it great?
Yeah.
So
Couple
thank God.
blowjobs in the bleachers
Oh,
up there.
mad crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right or wrong, bro. I'm telling you. Right, yeah.
I got
Yeah.
crazy
Every
stories
time I
about
hear
those
those
bleachers.
stories-
Do tell, yeah. If I
Yeah.
got up there, I was like, oh, I'm getting a fucking
You're in.
blowjob.
You're in.
Yeah, at least
They
one.
had-
At
yeah.
least one.
At least one. You would do more than one?
If
Oh,
I
you
could,
have to,
hell
oh,
yeah.
It was
Right.
amazing. It was an old opera house, and you knew if you got somebody up to the upper deck,
Right?
Yeah.
That's what was
oh,
going
yeah,
down.
Yeah, we're closing.
Like in the
They were gonna
seats?
get some deck.
Yeah, we're closing. We're closing the
You
deal.
just sit there and.
Well, there
Yeah.
wasn't really seats. If you remember, it was more like benches. They had
Yeah.
it. They had
Oh,
it set
my
up.
goodness.
So it was like kind of one giant bed. Yeah, there was some randy shit that went on in
Holy
those days.
shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Give us a good story from there.
let me finish the thing with Steve. So he took a liking to me, thank God, put me on, and then because I had some brains, they brought me in, to work, and then I became the shadow for the doorman. So
Oh,
back in those
Oh,
days,
nice.
which is a
Yeah.
great way to learn.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And back then, we would have 300-400 people on the street, and the door people used to stand on, they had like these these great little 3-step things, like platforms that they would stand so they could see over the crowd.
Oh,
and it was
that's
a great
interesting.
gig because I worked with the best fucking door people ever, just to kind of see what they were doing, and then from the door, I started to do the VIP ropes with this guy Howie Montag, who passed away a lot of years ago, but he was a very obnoxious guy. He hated me at the beginning.
Oh my God.
And then all of a sudden he liked me and he taught me like everything. So I used to work the Michael Todd room with him, and then I would do it alone. So I got to know everybody. I mean, that's when Basquiat and Keith Haring and Madonna and all these fuckers were coming out all the time.
Madonna?
All the time. Yeah. It was before she was really kind of
and they were just
blowing up. It was just starting to happen kind of for her. First record came out.
Yeah.
But, it was a very different time. And that place would do 3,000 people on a Tuesday.
Wow.
3,000 people in the club?
On a Tuesday. Yeah. It was great.
Oh, that was the place.
Yeah.
How big was that place?
It was huge. It was an old opera
house, right?
Yeah, it was
Holy
huge. So that was how I started in New York City, working. And I would work all night, and I would jump on the fucking train, pass out on the train, wind up in Coney Island because I would sleep all the way. Have to get wake up and go, son of a bitch, get back on, go back.
30 stops back.
And then try to go to class, and then
That's
start
rough.
all over again. Yeah, it was rough. Little side note: Steve, liked me. So when he would go out on his benders, he would pull me off the security line, and I would be his personal security driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would
That's
drive
cool.
him around. He had 2 cars. He had this Benz, which was awesome. But he liked the Lincoln better because it had a cell phone. And I'm talking about mid-'80s. So
The
no
Oh,
car
one of those
phone?
big ass car phones.
No, car phone in the thing, in
And
the
the thing,
console.
you just showed me that like a few
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he loved having the phone. So, but I liked that.
That's when it was like
Mercedes.
$8 a minute.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. But what does he care? He's socking all the money. So I would take him out, and I would drive home Bianca Jagger and Jerry Hall. Those were his running. His
No
running
shit.
teammates a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Bianca Jagger kissed me goodnight once.
Oh.
That was nice. Yeah, that was right. I'm like, yeah, Mick Jagger. Yeah, Bianca Wass.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fucking
It was
cool.
great. And then at the end of the night, he'd be so fucked up on lewds or whatever. I would throw him over my shoulder,
No.
No.
And you have to carry
bring
him
him
up.
into the Morgan's Hotel.
Well, thank
Security
God for
would take
you.
The Morgan Group. That was a great
Yeah,
fucking hot.
and that was-
Madison.
that was them, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, remember those
Asia to
things?
Cuba.
Yeah,
I loved fucking
great
Asia to
places.
Cuba.
So they
Great.
had that too. Ian got involved with the hotel stuff
Yeah.
way back then.
Yeah.
So I put him to sleep there, give him to another security guard, put the car in the lot, get on the train, and go to class.
Oh,
Damn. I mean,
shit.
that's like a double
That's a G.
life a little bit.
Yeah, it was nuts.
At night, it's crazy that
It
you're
was
just
really
in class.
yeah, but it
like,
was good because I did the book shit with the with the hoity-toities during the day, and then at night it was like Lower East Side crazy.
Yeah.
But the crowds in those days were so diverse. It was everything every day. So you had rich Upper East Side, you had skelly Lower
All
East
coming to
Side,
the same-
all at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fashion models, and that's when models were models, man. So
Yeah,
it
the
was
mo-
like
Not
it was-
Instagram models.
Yeah, no, exactly.
that was fucking great.
That's my song.
I can't.
Download it on Spotify.
Yes.
Anyway,
I can't believe I didn't think of that before you.
yeah, that's shit.
I'm fucking quick.
I make fun
Like
of
the
that.
top models, man.
Oh, all of them.
My God.
All of them. Yeah, it was
I
great.
just can only imagine.
Yeah, it was a very different time.
Did you start to develop your nightlife persona at this time, or did it come through all of your acting
Good
jobs and how did that start to form while
You know-
talking about your acting jobs?
Yeah, good segue.
Yeah,
Nice job.
that was a good question.
So, I kind of think that life is one giant improvisation, which is kind of one big acting exercise. So every place that I am, every job that I do, you kind of have to adapt and adopt a different kind of personality persona. It's all based in who we are, right? Forgive me, I used to teach acting, so if it sounds a little,
I did take a few classes.
Yeah, so but
She's
it's
an
all based
actor.
in who we are, but we have to kind of, my mom used to tell me I was a chameleon because I would kind of change and I could talk
To
to
fit the
anybody.
vibe.
Yeah, and you kind of have to because otherwise you'll just aggravate, agitate, you can create problems if you don't know how to work within that system. So everywhere I was, I would have to kind of take on a different personality. And I wasn't acting at the beginning yet. I had acted all growing up. And then a little bit into my nightclub career, and this was years later when I had already started to promote and kind of stepped away from fighting every day. And I was a doorman for a while, and I started to promote also. It was a logical progression. Because I could see where the money was. You know? And that's when I started acting. I started dating an actress who was very, very popular at the time. I'm not going to shout her out. And she used to say to me, why the fuck are you not an actor? Like, just with the way you handle it. And everybody wants to be an actor.
Right.
Yeah.
She said, meet my coach, take a class. If you like it, see what happens. So I'm like, oh, what could I lose? Right? So I took a class, fucking fell in love with it, booked my first audition 2 months later. Got my SAG card.
And you're still in law school?
You're still in law school?
This was when, no, law school's over already.
Law
This is
school's
when I
over.
was, yeah, this was when
So now you're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm still doing the club stuff at night because there was too much money in it. And I started as a prosecutor. My first law job was a prosecutor.
Oh.
So
So a
there's
lot
no
of people
money.
don't like you for that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I used to
there's
get
no
into
money in
fights
that,
on the
right.
train going up to the Bronx. I was
Get out.
I lived in Brooklyn, and I was a prosecutor in the Bronx.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
People
yeah.
would recognize me
Yeah,
from
they're
the
like, oh.
fucking door. And I would get into scraps on the 6 train going up to the Bronx. It was nuts.
What?
In my suit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I used to try to play no, that's not me. But when they would push it too hard, you know.
You're like, that is me, motherfucker.
We're gonna go.
Yeah, okay.
It's
And
fine.
then meanwhile, you're
And then you're
prosecuting the
prosecuting.
people
Right.
that are
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Wait.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
It's
it's
like,
not
you know.
smart on their end
Right.
to do that.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, whatever. So that was, yeah. So I would go from one to the other, back and forth.
Yeah.
And then I got in some I got into some trouble while I was a prosecutor, working at one of the clubs. I jacked a guy up pretty bad. I got arrested myself.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, real.
That doesn't
real
look good
bad.
for a prosecutor.
No. And when I finally got out of the tombs and told them what happened, they said you got to resign. So that was the end of that.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that was the
Oh,
end of that.
shit.
Yeah, I thought my claim was what happened to innocent until proven guilty.
I thought, or
So
like
they
a
brought you
second
through
chance.
central booking and all that shit?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Many times.
Many
And,
times.
And
Like, there he is again.
Yeah, many times.
Like, who was it this time?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Damn.
So so I left that, but I went back to practicing. You know, a year or two after when the case was over. I couldn't do it while it was pending. When it was over, I went back to it for a couple of years, but the club stuff had really bit me in the ass, and I had started acting by that time too. So it was just like, fuck this office shit. Let me just.
You can be
let
a
me-
character.
Yeah, let me
do that.
let me do the club stuff and dress the way I want, ride a motorcycle, and you know, and have fun and get
Right.
laid. I'm not getting laid at the fucking law office, man.
Totally.
No.
Totally.
So yeah.
So you used to get laid in the clubs?
You know, being a doorman has its advantages. You know? But that was far before I was married.
Of course,
Oh,
of course, of
yes.
course.
That was, you know, it was a different time.
We're talking 20, 30
that
years
was
ago.
a different wash.
Yes.
But
Right.
yeah, you know, it happened.
Damn.
It happened. Yeah.
Like while you're working.
oh fuck yeah.
You go in the bathroom and
Come
shit
on,
like that.
man. You know, there was always a place.
I mean, I guess I have to pay
I
attention
fucking
more.
love
when
it, man. I
I
love
worked
it.
at a nightclub, and I really didn't see there was that much time for the doorman to do that, but I guess so.
Well, you make time.
You make time.
you make time.
Yeah.
You make
You
time.
decide what's important.
Exactly.
So now you're doing nightlife full time and you're kind of splitting the time.
Yeah. I was acting and studying, and thank God got a job pretty quickly. Got my SAG card pretty quickly, but kept studying, and the club stuff was just really as I became, and then I became an owner, and continued to promote. So it became too lucrative and just too much fun to go back to any other thing. And plus, it gave me time to go to auditions during the day.
During the day, right.
Right.
Yeah, so I could juggle everything, which was perfect. So I still juggle 'em. You know, I still do everything. When we're jumping years ahead, but I was a series regular on a show called Public Morals on TNT. It was an Eddie Burns show.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, great show, great fucking show. About 1960s vice cops.
Okay. Right up
And,
your alley.
Yep.
What's that? Yeah,
Right
it was
up your
perfect.
alley.
And I was the only guinea amongst a whole bunch of Irish cops, so it was great. It was.
Oh,
and
that's
Eddie
good,
can
yeah.
write, man. I love working with him. Great guy. So I'll do anything he ever. I actually did another show with him just recently.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got 2 seasons and then they canceled it. Anyway, so series regular, working 4 nights a week, and my manager
that's
was
incredible.
like, "Well, you got to kind of leave the club stuff, man. You can't really be on a show and be
And then be
a doorman." I'm like, why not?
Right.
Yeah, why?
Why not? You go, well, it just doesn't give the right. I'm like, dude.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I said. A, why would I walk away from the money?
Right.
B, you never know what's going to happen with the show.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm going to leave. Right, exactly.
Right. And then what's
3,
going to
go
happen?
fuck yourself.
Exactly, man. Why wouldn't I
No,
take
yeah.
this go at
Right.
all, right? It doesn't make any sense.
They wanted you to be like Hollywood and be like, I can't do this anymore.
He's a New York guy, and he understood.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I think he was worried about the optics, and God forbid I got into a fight and got in trouble, you know.
Yeah,
And there's always
yeah.
bad press around that stuff, and I was, I'm not exactly the most, quiet,
Diplomatic
sedate
guy.
guy. Yeah.
Right.
So, but fortunately, I didn't leave because the show got canceled after the first season.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't want to be the guy that has to go back to his day job.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean? I always
right.
felt like if you keep doing it, then you're just a hardworking guy,
Yeah.
But if you got to go back with
That's
your tail
interesting.
between your
Yeah,
legs,
that's
it just, the truth, you don't work every day. And even if you do, sometimes you work a full day, sometimes you work,
Yeah.
so, dude, I haven't slept a full night in, 35 years. I think I can handle it,
Damn.
It's pretty high stress.
Yeah.
What time
Yeah.
does your night end?
Well, we close the places. The door closes at 3 when I leave at 3.
Oh, you do
So,
leave at 3.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
most-
And then we close it, but the club doesn't close until it's over. So it
Yeah.
could go till 4:30.
Yeah.
But I've learned over all these years that nothing good
Nothing good. I
happens
totally
after 3
agree.
o'clock.
No.
Yeah, nobody's coming at 3:15. That's
Yeah,
really gonna be, you know what I mean?
Good
They're
for the
already
place.
fucked up. They're
Yeah.
not gonna add anything to the room.
Right.
So I find it creates less problems actually.
Hmm.
You start letting people in at 3:45. They don't want to leave until 6, and then they're really twisted, and it creates a problem.
That's
So,
interesting.
So how do you find the door guy life? Do you love it? How did you get into that character?
Yeah. Where
well-
was that first club where your character was?
Well, I
Born.
think it's been developed over the years, and I've been doing it for so long now. I could do it in my sleep, but you have to have a level of style. You have to have a good eye. You have to be able to read people. You have to be kind of a psychologist a bit, because you have to be able to kind of tell how a person is going to behave, even though they're putting their best foot forward, especially when they walk up. And I'm almost never wrong. I can tell if someone's a dickhead when they're coming out of a cab.
Really?
I don't even need to talk to them.
Like, what are you looking for?
Well, you look for a lot of things, but I think that ability to read people also comes from Brooklyn, because we know people quick.
Yeah, I totally agree.
yeah,
I tell
yeah.
you that all the time.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's
No,
a
you
thing.
do. You do that
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the store.
I'm like,
So
oh, no,
that-
that guy's a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it helps, and you could tell. So what do I look for? It's a combination of a lot of things. Being with Tao Group, which is now the biggest hospitality group in the world, and having been a partner for many years, it became more corporate. It's not what it was back in the day, where it was all about style and who and coolness and who you know.
Yeah.
Now, you have to pay the rent. So there is an element of juggling, excuse me, the style of, the dress, the vibe, the beauty, and making it. I steal this from Steve Rebell all the time. In every interview, anybody asks me this question, it's got to be like a salad, right? You don't want just lettuce.
Yeah.
Just having beautiful models in the room would be fucking great, but it's boring, and they don't do anything, and they stand around and they look at each other.
They do.
You gotta have people who feed that. You have to have, some of the guys who spend. You gotta have the Upper East Side guys, the guys who have a little style, a little class, and you gotta have the Lower East Side. You gotta have a little grungy. You gotta have a little thuggy. You gotta have a little everything.
Yeah.
Because it's gotta be like a salad.
So you
don't-
want to toss that bitch?
Yeah, man. And you want it because people read, or they play off of each other.
I was
and-
gonna say
and someone who might be a little sedate amongst only their own people might let loose if there's other people around. And I learned this 1,000 years ago. So you have to mix everything, but too much of any one thing is never good. It just makes the room stale, makes it boring.
So you have like a minute to kind of decide this, right? Or
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
Good
it
point.
feels like that. Probably just a
well,
quick
I'm reading
up and
the
down.
room as I go.
Yeah.
But
and
I
I'm-
think she means like somebody's walking up. So
Yeah,
you
you have
only
a-
have like.
I mean,
a
you're getting
minute.
bombarded with a lot of
Am I
people
letting
trying
them
to get in.
Well, the good thing about what I do is that because of the culture of the velvet rope, people, unless they really think they're fucking special, which nowadays everybody does.
I can't
Right,
wait to get into that.
entitlement,
I can't
entitlement.
wait
The
to get
sense
into
of
that.
entitlement. But people know they're going to wait. You know, I don't do a lineup, you get in type of joint. You know, it's kind of a pick and choose unless you have a reservation kind of thing. So I have some time, you know.
Okay, yeah. You create the time.
Generally, yeah. Generally, but I don't like people waiting too long because that also agitates. It creates a bad experience for people. The people you want to come back, you don't want them to be fucking hanging too long and then saying this place blows. I waited 40 minutes.
Right.
You know,
So
you want to get them in so that
what's
they
too
come
long?
back.
What's too long?
You know, that would be up to the individual, man. You know, I mean, I had people last night wait 3 fucking hours, and I told them.
Isn't that kind of weird
I
for you
think
to
it's
see
ridiculous.
that?
Yeah, man, and I talked
And
to
you
them.
keep staring at the same
And
And
what are you
people.
telling
I told them, guys, it's not going to happen tonight.
And
You
then what
know,
do they
don't,
say?
Don't screw up your night. Oh, thank you. And they stay there anyway.
That's so weird.
And
Guys
then like
are
2
like-
hours later, 3 hours later, they get agitated. It's like, dude, this is
But
on
you just
man.
stayed here,
Yeah, you chose to
Right.
wait. I
You
told
were up front.
Yeah, man. So I try to be like, I try to let people know right away. You can't always because you know the door where I'm working
Yeah.
now, Little Sister is. It's not a huge door, but a lot of people are there.
The volume
So-
is wild.
Yeah, and so you know, I'm pretty fast, but still, it takes. You know, you kind of process tables, and you got to do this. You got IDs. It's much different now than it was in the '80s, where if you were fucking 15 and hot, you got in. That's not.
15,
Yeah, that's
I love
not
it.
what it is anymore.
No,
You know?
yeah.
So the world is a different place. New York is a different place. So, you know, we have to process every person. You gotta, and sometimes I'm not sure. You know, like I'll get a feel, but I'm not sure. And maybe maybe the girl looks good, but the dude looks a little like fucked up. And maybe let me just feel it out. Let's see. You know what I mean?
Like give 'em 5-10 minutes.
And you almost always can find out because someone who's going to be a jerk off inside that gets bumped into by mistake is going to be a jerk off in 5 minutes. If
So
they're
that's
standing
the,
there.
that's the,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So the girl may be great, but the guy might be like, you know, yeah, you fuck. Yeah, I knew it. No, ain't happening, bro.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Not
That's
tonight, bro.
fascinating,
My
huh?
song,
Yeah.
Not Tonight, bro.
Not
Which
Tonight.
I wrote
Right.
about this very thing.
Right.
Yeah.
The Not Tonight is the
Yeah.
most.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know so many people that have heard that, or I see videos. There's a lot of videos on TikTok about where you are now.
Oh, no way.
I wouldn't know. I don't
know.
pay attention to any of it.
I know. I'm the only one
Yeah.
probably in
Yeah.
this room that's on
Yeah, I
that.
don't-
But
Yeah.
one of
no,
the
my wife knows. But she
Okay,
knows
yeah.
not to tell me.
there's
She knows not to tell you.
right there's even on Instagram I commented one of the best clubs and it was
Yeah,
this
it
one
is.
and,
Thank
and
you, Ann.
I did just but I was just answering
that
the
is-
question.
honestly, that's our favorite
that's
club
that's
in New
what
York.
yeah and
I'm
and
glad.
somebody
Hope I have
commented
something to do with it.
yeah no somebody commented their experience of the Not Tonight
Yeah.
and you told me about it.
Yeah.
But speaking about that and about your song Instagram Models, which I literally sing here sometimes just out of
Well,
nowhere.
we got her up on stage last
Yeah.
show.
It
Yeah.
did. It
And
finally
she was
happened.
doing it. Most of the time, the kids just get up there and take selfies of themselves. But she was up there and she
the
had
guitar.
She was up
I
with
was
the
like, yeah.
guitarist
Yeah.
guy.
No, because it
The other
sounds
guy.
different from that angle. The
it.
music
Right,
sounds
totally
different.
But that's why I wear the in-ears.
Yeah,
'cause
you
I can't
hear
hear
it.
dick up there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, very different, really close. So, what is your opinion on all of the Instagram models
Oh, I think they're bullshit. That's
in
why I wrote the
nightlife?
song.
right. Well, can you?
I mean, just
can
get
you?
right to the
No, I know.
point.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna
What
quibble.
about them do you not like when they show up to your nightclub?
Their sense of entitlement. Okay, when I hear that someone is an influencer, I want to fucking throw up. Because they're not influencing me to do dick.
You had a
So-
big influencer show up at your club a few weeks ago.
Okay, and a lot of times they do, if they act like they're not supposed to, I
Yeah.
don't care who they are.
You know who I'm talking
You
about,
know,
right?
have manners,
You
be
could say the name if you
polite.
want.
Can I say the name?
Yeah.
No, well, it's up to you. Go
Well,
ahead.
yeah. She did a video on her podcast.
Do you know who
and
she is?
No.
I knew he
No,
I
right?
had no idea.
That's so funny because she's like the biggest party girl right now.
Yeah.
And when I listened to the podcast, I knew where she was talking about, and she
Yeah.
didn't say the name, but I put together I'm a little bit of I can investigate. I put
Yeah.
together the pictures of her at
My
the bar.
wife's the same. She knows
Yeah,
everything.
I was like, oh, I showed you, and I was like, those are the bottles. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
little sister.
the bar.
And she explained her night getting into the club, and she was like, well, and she shows up, and she was like, they just looked at me and said, "Do I have a reservation?" And she was like, I was just standing there like, I don't know how this
I
works.
didn't ignore her, right? I was cordial. I was nice.
Right.
Yeah.
See, to me, the key is, and this is old school, right? There's no reason to be rude.
No, right, yeah.
Right?
Or expecting something.
People who, I'm talking from my standpoint or from theirs, people who work a door and who think they're better than everybody who walks up, well, get over yourself.
There's a lot of people
Okay.
like that.
I know that. I've seen them come and go. Get over your fucking self. Okay.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for these people, you wouldn't get fucking paid, and you wouldn't have a place to stand and
Great
prance
point.
around and put your little wardrobe
Good
on
point.
and be a big shot. Okay.
Yeah,
You
great
got to
point.
understand. One hand feeds the other, okay, or washes the other, whatever the
Yeah,
expression
yeah,
is.
one hand, yeah.
So,
Both.
we have to, and you want it to be a good experience. You want it to be a place where people come back over and over and over again, especially if you want to let them in. It
Yeah.
makes my life so much easier if I have a series of regulars that can pack and pay the bills. Pack the room and
absolutely,
pay the
yeah.
bills.
Great
and
point.
if you go to Little Sister, you'll see that there is a core crowd that comes all
No, it's
the
so
time,
good.
like
It's so
day
good.
after day after day after day. And because I've been in the business for so long, I know generations of nightclub people. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with the kids and sometimes grandkids of people that I know from when I started in
That's
the business.
crazy.
My
That's
son
gonna
will be going there
Wait,
soon.
yeah, we're gonna,
Yeah, man.
And
if
your
he's as
daughter.
nuts and as handsome as you, I'm letting him right the fuck in.
and your daughter.
Yeah.
You know,
Honestly.
I mean, if it's the daughter, I'm going to put security
Yeah,
on.
totally.
It,
Put
man. Don't worry
security
about
on
it.
it.
Nobody's fucking with the
So
daughter.
do you feel like you have an ego at the door?
I think everybody has an ego. I think it's how you represent it. Okay? I know I'm great at what I do. Okay? I'd like to think I'm the best, but the parameters and the rules have changed to a certain extent. You get a little hamstringed sometimes. But you got to play by the rules of the game, right? I'm not going to go bring a bocce ball to play hockey, right? You got to use a puck. Okay?
Right.
I get it.
Right.
So, but you do have to have ego, but there is a way to interact with people. You can't say no to somebody unless you have a bit of an ego, unless
Yeah,
you are
that's hard.
confident in what you're doing and if you know what you're doing. Okay? And people will push you and push you and push you because nobody in this town knows how to take no for an answer, which I respect. Okay? Just don't go too far,
Yeah.
because I'm going to win.
How does it work when someone from Brooklyn shows up at your
Well,
door?
I know a lot of them.
Is that's
I know a lot of them, and it's it depends on if they come correct.
Yeah.
A lot of what happens at the door depends on the person who's trying to get in. If they
Yeah.
come correct, they come dressed, they come with manners, they don't come like a fucking shithead.
What about that nasty, smelly cologne?
There's one. I can't believe you're saying
that
that.
was so crazy.
Can we talk about this?
No.
Is that what brought it up?
Wait, how
Dude,
did you?
there is
I don't
one
know.
cologne that I fucking hate.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And my wife gets, because I get so angry when I
What
smell it.
is
I don't know what it is.
Right, no, it's
Okay, but there's a certain type of person that
Holy
always
shit.
wears it, and they don't just, I don't know about you, but when I wear
Two
fucking
sprays.
cologne. I'm
No,
a
yeah,
guy
he
from
does.
Brooklyn.
I mean,
That's
yeah, yeah.
I go one in the hand,
Yeah.
like this, on the face.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
He
it.
he
Okay?
has his little 2 sprays and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're spraying it all
Yeah,
over
no.
That's
your shit,
disgusting.
and I can
hate
smell
that.
you before you get out of the fucking Uber, and there's one cologne that I hate, man, and I find it offensive. So that's one that I stay away from. The shit's expensive, and they want everybody to fucking know.
But
It's like the whole labelization of everything that people wear.
Do you like
now.
when people show up with labels? to
No,
your
I fucking hate it.
Okay.
You're trying too hard, and 90% of the time, if you're rocking that shit, it's fake.
Ooh.
Okay.
So if somebody shows up in a Gucci tracksuit,
I don't like tracksuits. I don't let in sweats. I don't let in
I was gonna ask, 'cause
dude,
it's
that was a
changed
fight that I
now.
was having for so long. Oh, these are joggers. No, they're not. They're fucking sweatpants.
They're sweatpants.
I don't care what you call them.
I'm with
Do they
you.
have a zipper and a button? No.
right.
Then they're sweats. I don't let in sweats.
And then would they try to like tell you like
Oh,
this
they
is
try. Oh, these cost me $1,400. I'm like, then you're a fucking idiot. Go get a real pair of pants for $200.
Imagine you're trying to go out and then you
Yeah.
just get told you're a fucking
Yeah, you
Go-
$1,400 if I
Right.
laugh at it.
I'm
You spend
sorry.
$1,400 on a pair of sweatpants? Get the fuck out of here.
so what's
man.
a definite no? If you show up
Shorts
with
for me?
right,
Shorts, Birkenstocks, sweatpants.
oh,
Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks are
I
the
fucking
way.
hate
Somebody
If
showed up
you
in
see a
Birkenstocks?
man's
All the time.
feet-
Nowadays,
If you
People
see a
don't
man's
dress
feet,
up.
And
just
men
vomit.
in any kind of sandal.
That's what I'm saying. If you see their toes,
No,
their
wait.
feet,
Let me tell you
His face
something.
was
I don't
so
know.
serious.
I don't know, man. We grew up different.
Right.
Unless I'm going into the shower, I'm not wearing flip flops.
Right.
Like that's a shower shoe. You wear that so you don't get fungus when you go to the gym.
That's
I'm
true.
not wearing that to walk around the city to go to a nightclub. That's
I-
insane. I can't believe. But this happened. I have a very, very strong theory, and back me up on it. I call it the COVIDization of the world. Everybody
Ooh,
thinks
you're right.
that they could do whatever they want in their sweats because for 2 years we were fucking locked up and nobody got dressed.
Absolutely.
So now it became, and it's like brands are accepting it because people want it. So now people think that if they buy a Balenciaga fucking sweatshirt, that it's going to make a difference. It's still a hoodie.
It's still a right.
Okay, and a hoodie is
Absolutely.
meant for certain day gear.
Right.
I love hoodies, man. For
Mm-hmm.
day. You don't wear it to a nightclub. You don't wear it to a restaurant. I think it's disrespectful,
Yeah.
man.
Right. It's
You got
like wearing a
people with-
baseball cap.
Exactly.
Like it's
I
supposed
hate
to be
that.
an
I agree.
event. You're going out.
I
You
agree
should
with
be
you.
respectful to the establishment.
Do
the
women need to
doorman.
wear high heels?
Yeah. What about the high
that's
heels
the
with
thing.
women?
And you know, I wrote a song about this too. Like
Yes.
I write about what I believe, right? So
Yeah.
high heel shoes is one of Dirty Old Gangster's song because I can't stand sneakers on women. I don't like it. I don't like
During the
little
day, it's
flip flops.
fine.
Oh, sneakers.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
this is for I'm talking about night,
Right.
and this is for going out. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to the movies. You want to wear a pair of kicks? Go.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm not judging you at the movie theater to buy you a ticket, right?
Right.
You're not walking
To
up
sit
a
with your
row.
feet underneath the seat in front of you.
Well, we
Yeah.
hope because nowadays people put their feet up on them, and I want to.
Oh, you're
smack
right.
them
Oh,
in the
my
fucking
face.
God,
entitlement.
people put their feet up
They
on
do that on the
subways.
subway, the train, the
Subways,
bus.
yeah.
Like, what is wrong?
Airplanes. It's like, what the
Right.
fuck?
Yeah.
Well, it's the COVIDization.
Right.
Everybody, all these young kids and
That's a
some
pet
older.
peeve.
It's like Gen Z and
Yeah, because they grew up in their own homes, doing everything by themselves, not having to follow the normal mores of society.
But what parent allows their kid to put their feet on any furniture?
I know.
A parent who takes a selfie and thinks that they're important.
or like an Instagram model.
Yeah, Instagram model. People who think it's
So not even like a golden goose sneaker for a girl, a
I don't
hot
like-
girl,
I don't like
5'11"
sneakers
model.
on girls.
You know?
I don't.
Okay.
You know, and now I'm gonna contradict myself because there are some times where you got to make the call. You know,
Right.
you got to make the call.
I mean, if
it's a smoke show, you know, Naomi Campbell shows up in a pair of fucking golden goose.
Yeah.
I'm throwing the rope down before she's even down the block.
Right.
'Cause
Like
I
a
love
Bella
her,
Hadid
and
shows
she's
up
a
or
smoke
something.
Show.
Yeah.
I'm not putting her in the same category with fucking.
Well,
Well, I was
right.
saying
Naomi
someone
Campbell.
Right.
where
You know?
people
Right.
can kind of they know Bella Hadid
Yeah.
a little bit more in their
just so
generation.
you know,
Hilton.
Bella comes correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that when she's on TV, she can go a little grungeola, but when she goes out, she goes correct because she knows there's going to be photography around. She knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
She wants to get her picture taken the right way. But, you know, there's just a sense of self-entitlement, which I think is embarrassing to themselves and disrespectful to everyone else around them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're going to a restaurant, and you know what it is now, right? Inflation. Everything costs. You go, and I don't drink. My wife doesn't drink. We go to dinner. It's $300 fucking dollars.
Right, and
That's
that's
go
just
eat regular
food.
food.
Crazy.
Right.
Okay, this is not
Right.
bottles at a club. This is
Right.
not. So, you know, you're gonna have somebody who is actually spending a G, 2 Gs, 5 Gs. You know, we sell tables. They start at 4,000 and
Mm-hmm.
up. You have someone who's buying a table and spending $10,000, and you got a kid who looks like they just got out of bed in the morning, or they're gonna go out
Yeah,
and
why
clean
would
the
they want to
garage.
spend that? Yeah.
It's disrespectful to those folks, or someone who comes from someplace and they're
Good point.
dressed.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
100% agree.
Right? And that's why
Yeah.
you see my crowd is very diverse because I love well-dressed people.
Mm-hmm.
And I like older people because they lend a little, you know, they lend a little class
Yeah,
to
it's
the room,
class,
a little
right?
cachet.
And they're not going to fight. And
No.
And they're going to
look-
spend money as well.
Correct. And they most of the time don't stay long.
Right,
They
yeah.
don't get wrecked. They don't act stupid.
Yeah.
And they're respectful. They're nice. They tip the servers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's a big thing that doesn't happen as much anymore.
Well, because this generation wasn't taught.
Like I've seen,
You grow up in Brooklyn, you learn to tip. You break everybody off.
yeah, you do
Totally.
that all the
Yeah.
time. It's just, even
Yeah.
if the service is not that good or bad, you still,
got a tip.
You know,
You still-
you may not go as hard as we would normally go.
Right.
You know, because I'm like a 22 to 25% guy.
Right.
that's,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
but
us.
if, okay, if the service sucked, all right, I'll do the 18.
Right.
Yeah.
My wifey gets mad. She's like, why are you even going to give
She
her
does the
anything?
same thing.
That's me too.
Why
Like,
do
they
I
don't
like
deserve
that?
I'm like,
anything.
no.
I'm like, come on.
He's like, no, you have to. And I'm like,
Pick and
Yeah.
choose your
I'm like, they were
arguments.
literally
Yeah.
a dick to you. What about the people that stand behind the rope with you? How do
guys?
how do you decide who's going to be behind the rope with you? What's that criteria?
A lot of the guys I've worked with have been with me many, many years.
Okay.
And I'm very particular, and I'm not an easy guy to work with because I work really fast, and
you.
I don't work with anyone, which means that I'm the guy and that's it. So I have hosts who can whisper in my ear if there's something that I won't see or don't know, because, at any given night I could have 75 people in front of me, and it's, and we're scrambling for 4 hours. It's a sprint for 4 hours, So, and my security guys, I kind of curate these guys. I kind of pick who I want for the most part. It doesn't always work out. But my favorite guys have worked with me year after year after year.
Okay, so they'll go to
and
bat
I take
for you.
them from place to place.
Okay.
Can they pick up the rope and let somebody in?
Nobody touches the ropes except me.
What happens if they do?
out.
What if they do?
They don't work with me anymore. But they learned that right away. Nobody touches the ropes. The main partners in the company know how I feel about that, and they have the respect to wait for me to let them in. And I appreciate the fuck out of that, because that's an ego thing, and if, be a man. If I don't see you for 1 second, I'm going to see you.
Right.
I see everything.
Right.
But it's a young kid. It's a lesser man who needs to get the right to fuck in right then. If your ego is hurt because you're waiting 10 seconds, then you got to rethink things, bro.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Talk about patience.
And are there like rules like you won't let 2 guys in or 3 guys in?
No, that varies. There used to be very strict rules with that, but you've seen the rooms. You've been coming for years, John.
Right.
I load the room up anyway, always. It's always like 70-30. I try to keep that ratio.
70-30, more women.
To men.
Right.
Yeah, because the more women there are, the less likely there is to be fights. If you have even number or more guys than girls in a place, people are going to be fighting for the same girls. It's going to get stupid. But if it's a target-rich environment, guys are going to be less
Target
I love
rich.
that. That's a great term.
I think I stole that from Top Gun. Tom Cruise, thank you, Patrick.
That's amazing.
I've never heard of target rich.
Then it's less likely to get aggressive.
Yeah.
Right.
Because and when guys are out and they're looking for action, if there's a lot of choices, fuck it, this guy's already. Let me go.
And then who's more likely to spend money, guys or women?
That varies too. It
really?
used to be only the men.
Really?
Used to be only the men. Good question, John. But now there are, and I actually love when I see women who break out the card. I have mad respect for that. I really do. It's ironically, the women who are not taking the cards out are usually the ones who will make the biggest stink about the minimums I give. And I have said to many a woman, is this your credit card? So why don't you go over there and fix your lipstick? Come on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because they think that they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
And the guy who is trying to bang them, of course, is going to put up with it, but I'm not him.
Right.
I don't have to.
So do you find that women are ruder than men?
Oh, much ruder.
They are. Women
Much
are
ruder.
pretty
Much
aggressive.
ruder. And they feel like they can say and do whatever the fuck they want. And the political environment has really kind of, it's fueled it insanely. And men, and you find this, men understand men. And we have an innate kind of respect for each other until it crosses a line, and then you got to do what you got to do. So, they understand. They'll listen. They'll talk. I'm not going to be rude to a guy unless he's a fucking jerk off. Women will immediately, if they feel questioned,
immediately rude,
or not getting their way, or feel like they're not being treated special enough, will put the gloves on.
So how do you diffuse that?
I ignore them.
Okay.
I ignore them all the time.
because they come up pretty. They push through the crowd. You can see them pushing through the crowd.
Even in the club,
The
woman will just push their way
to get
through
to the
bar.
bar.
It's
It's
like,
just
fuck?
yeah.
Exactly.
Have some manners.
Well,
and the guy can't do anything.
But the best equalizer is when they prance up with all of that fucking highfalutin dog shit attitude, just to let them stand there for a while.
I love that.
Oh my God.
I love
and
that.
watch it diffuse.
And then they start questioning. Well, did I wear the right shoes? Like, is it my makeup? Do I have something in my
love
teeth?
that.
Like, what's going on? And they kind of.
Am I not pretty enough?
Right.
I love when girls ask that. What's the matter? I'm not pretty enough?
They
They
say
actually
that.
say that.
I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't ask. And I'll just say, you shouldn't ask a question you don't know the answer to.
That's fucking
And walk
Oh
away.
my
crazy.
God! Did you hear what he said?
And that fucks them up.
Yeah,
You know
totally.
what's
They won't come out for weeks after that.
No, but the key here, right? I don't want to come off like a total fucking jerk off, because the key is the people are going out to have fun, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're dealing with a million different personalities, and everybody has gotten kind of much more attitude-y in the last few years. Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of bring everybody back down to a manageable, kind of ego
And get people
level.
on an equal playing field.
Exactly right. So that when
Yeah.
they go inside, there's not too much, because then they're gonna lock horns.
Absolutely.
So you got to diffuse all of that shit before they go in.
Wow, so you're like a psychologist at the door.
It's a little nuts.
Can
Yeah.
I tell you a funny story about the first time that I guess I wouldn't even say met you, but the first time that I went to Avenue, it was with you.
I missed that place.
Yeah, I
that was
love that place.
one of my all-time favorite
me
clubs.
too.
Yeah.
And we were dating, and I had never really been to a night. I think this was my first nightclub in New York City, and I was like just dating this guy with this blonde hair, this like rock star. I have
Who
no
knew everybody and who was nuts.
right, and he was like,
Yeah, that's
he was
why
like,
I love him.
right.
Why do you think we hit it
He was
off?
fucking crazy, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Let's just go out here. Let's go out here." It was like a crash course of a week of restaurants. Tao, we went to Tao. We
Yeah,
sat
Tao.
in the bar, and it was always the bar. He always wanted to sit at the bar. And so he's like, okay, one night he's like, I want you to come to Avenue with me. And I was like, oh, okay, I've heard of this place. I said, is that where the doorman is really hard to get in? And he was like, yeah. He was like, but it should be fine. And he was like, you just have to, dress like how you've been dressing when you've been going out with me. And I was like, okay. So we're in the taxi. And I'm kind of nervous just because this is my first time going to a door. And I remember before we got out, he was like, don't say anything when we walk up. You don't push by people. Just if you see other women trying to get through, don't do that. Just hang out and chill out.
Right.
And he was like, let me do the talking. He was like, you just need to chill and not be like really eager.
Proper.
Yeah. And then he said, if we don't get in, we just go somewhere else. We can go next door or something, or the One Oak or whatever.
Yeah, it was right around the bar.
And I just remember I was so nervous when he said all that. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I can't talk. Don't say anything. And he said he may have a fur coat or something on, and just that's just what it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of known for that.
Right. And I walk up and I'm holding his hand, and I just remember seeing you and just like looking down. I was like, okay, I'm not even going to look, because if I look, then maybe that's wrong. I didn't even know what to do. And I just remember there was like a set kind of rules of how to, I guess, approach.
And he knows.
Right. And
Yeah, but by that time we were already boys.
No,
so
but it
wasn't
was
a
so
thing.
confusing, because when we walked by the rope, you guys dapped up, gave a hug, and I'm just standing here like, okay, I was told not to say anything, don't do anything, just go straight in. And he was like, don't ask about tables, like nothing, we're going to go to the bar, like this is how it was. And now I literally see women who have probably never been, they just come up, bombard, they're like, they just yell to you.
Yeah. I'm from LA.
Yeah,
Who
and
gives a fuck?
yeah,
I hate LA.
Or they
they say that like it's a badge of courage.
Yeah,
I'm from
or they
Miami.
say where they
I'm
just
from
came
Miami.
from. Yeah,
Or, we just came from over. Who cares?
yeah, that's the thing. They're like, oh, we just came from this place to that place. How do you think that the future of nightlife is going to eventually revert back to that sort of equal playing field, or do you think that you're sort of heading into a different battle of teaching people how to be respectful again at the door?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a tough one to answer. Because the world now doesn't really condone any kind of selectivity or any kind of exclusivity. Unfortunately, it's
all
New York City.
inclusive.
Yeah, well, that's kind of, everything is,
Yeah.
an all-inclusive. That's not, it's not New York City. And it's difficult to do because people make a stink. And because of social media, they think that they have a right and they have a platform. And, the legitimate, and I use that very loosely, media, kind of jumps on those opportunities. But the truth is, people don't want to go where anybody can go. They want to feel a little special. Okay, they want, and that's why there are private clubs. And
I was just going to say, do you think that's why member clubs popped up?
Yeah, but those are going to fall off too.
You think so?
Yeah, because people won't go there every single day because people want to see different people.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, people want to see different people. They want if they're single, they want the opportunity of meeting a new girl or guy. They don't want to see the same fuckers every day. Now, if you need a place to go to hang or for business meetings or to bring wifey or whatever, you're comfortable there, that's a different thing. But if you're going out and you want to, then you want some difference. You want a little strange.
Nice piece of
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, you want some different. You want a different candidate pool.
Yeah.
And so
I like that candidate
Yeah.
pool.
Very.
So that is why you have to kind of tread lightly in today's climate. The good thing is, the table reservation thing and the size of the rooms now, they're not as big as they used to be.
Yeah, they're not, yeah.
So, there is a sense of exclusivity because you can't overcrowd the places, And if you're going to get just enough to fill the room before you even open the door to someone you don't know, you're teetering on it. You're in a good place right off the bat, So I think people are a little bit tired of this. Everybody's the same. Because that's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Yeah, and you can
It's
also
bullshit.
see at places where they let everyone in. You can literally see, like, why did I just dress
Yeah.
up if you just
They don't
letting
last.
literally
they,
everyone
they
in?
do that in Vegas. Everybody pays $50
Yeah, if you
whatever.
pay,
They
you
go
get in,
online,
yeah.
they get in, and it's like, who wants that shit?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's fun for a weekend. No, look, I love the fucking Midwest. Montana's my new favorite place in the world.
Ooh,
But
Montana's
and so
pretty.
no disrespect to those folks, but they're not versed in what we do here and in some of the other cities. And I'm never gonna give LA a shot. I fucking hate that place. But some of the coastal cities, let's put it that, some of the more stylish cities.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different thing than it's going to be in the rest of the country. So
Totally.
a place like Vegas is great, because then they could just go, they can have the experience,
Yeah.
right? They don't have to worry about being judged and have a good time. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
And there's a time and place, and there is a market for everything.
Yeah.
But for a certain type of person, certain type of clientele, you have to give them what they want too.
Yeah.
Or they're going to get bored and they're going to go someplace else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been notoriously New York's thing. A club is hot for 6 months and
Totally.
then it's done.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because the owners generally get too worried and they start to open the floodgates because they want the money.
And they let anybody
and
in.
and then the people who don't want that leave. That is why places where I work, all right, blow a little smoke up my own ass, last for 7, 8, 10, 12 years.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because I know how to get a $4, $5, $6, $10,000 table out of people I actually want inside. Okay, so I'm not going to blow the room out in 6 months, and it's going to be dog shit in a year.
Yeah.
Avenue was
How long was
fucking
Avenue
great to
around
the
for?
end.
I loved
I think Avenue was 8 or 9 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
And
Little Sister's been around how long
Little
now?
Sister
3,
was
4?
2 years before COVID, and so
Yeah.
it's like almost 4 years
4
now.
years.
And it's still the hottest joint in town.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
And it's a tiny little room, so I'll be able
It's
to
tiny,
hold that
yeah.
room for a very
Avenue
long
is
time.
small, too.
Avenue was small,
Avenue was
narrow,
small, a little
yeah.
bigger than Little Sister.
It was a little big, okay.
Bigger rooms that open the floodgates, they won't really have longevity unless they're in a place like Vegas where people fly.
Or they get like
Right.
big
To do that.
DJs that
Like
do shows or
Marquee
something.
is
Exactly.
huge
Yeah,
in Vegas.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
huge.
And they also know how to, they market it right, and they have entertainment. A normal nightclub, we're not paying for a DJ like that. We
Right.
can't afford it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
crazy.
You
I
got
was at
12,
Avenue
16
one night,
tables.
though, and Tiesto was there.
Oh, he used to come all the He's friends of ours.
Yeah.
So he would just
Crazy.
jump up and just play. All
That's
those guys.
nice. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Would just jump up and do a set.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, and it lends to the kind of the folklore of the place, because you never know who you're gonna fucking see. You never know who's gonna grab a
Right.
mic and do a song. You
Right.
never know.
It's like a
So,
comedy place where
Someone
Dave
does a
Chappelle
set.
pops in, or
Yeah.
Seinfeld or somebody. Yeah.
Exactly. Same exact
Yeah.
idea.
Oh, that's- I
just a
never
little
thought of
louder.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
a little louder.
Yeah, a little
and
louder.
And a younger crowd.
Yeah.
Probably better
Yeah.
dressed.
and scantily clad.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Right.
like that.
Hopefully.
So you, as a doorman, I would imagine you have to have your finger on the pulse in other aspects of society in terms of economics for pricing tables and
Very important to know what's going on in the world.
How does that play into your role?
Yeah, it's very important to know what's going on in the world. Look, education is always going to help you, no matter what you do. I don't care if you're a garbage man. A smart garbage man is going to be better than an uneducated guy.
That's a really good point.
Education is always going to be, and knowledge and awareness of what's going on in the world is always going to help. to a certain extent, try not to know what is the of the second thing, because I believe if something is classic, it works. Something that is fly by night, that's when a club goes and comes and goes in a week,
Yeah.
So, sometimes I need people to say, well, this is this guy, that guy. Okay. All right. But I am able to know, look, I'm not perfect and I don't know everything. So I'm able to make the call even if I'm not sure who that person may be, because I understand their place in the whole realm of what we do. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's important to know. For me, I think it's much more important to be able to A, shoot straight, B, decide who's going to be a problem inside the room, and C, be able to say no, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. And
How do you decide how much the table's costing, or a bar
varies.
minimum, or
I have a standard that I don't like to go below, and I never do, and then I build from there. So
Yeah.
I always, real estate is expensive in New York City. So
that's a great fucking analogy.
So if
like
you're
So
going to
let's say
take up
3 guys walk up. Are you like looking them up and down, like,
Yep.
oh, they have nice shoes on?
Of course.
the price
Watching
went up by
shoes.
1,000.
The men are the
John,
watching the shoes.
Watching shoes.
I
And
feel
ladies,
like-
for me, it's almost always shoes and bag.
Shoes and bag, yeah.
Yeah, because anybody can go to Zara and buy a dress for $40.
Right,
And they're knocking
Carrie
off
Bradshaw
some good
did.
stuff. They're
Right.
knocking off some good
They
stuff.
right.
Okay, but
Mueller.
you can always, but you can always tell with the shoes and the watch. You can always tell if the
Or the jewelry.
Yeah. But the problem with that is there's so much fake stuff too now.
Yeah.
You got to be able to read what's good and what's not.
Yeah, it's
You
also,
know?
you can kind of tell the way somebody wears it.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, if you're looking at a magazine and you're putting on the entire picture, you don't know what the fuck.
yeah,
you're
that's,
doing.
it's, you
Okay,
can't
so
have.
put it together. You
Yeah.
know, you may have a $20 pair of sneakers, but you may have on a $700 pair of pants. You know, a $400
Yeah, just, like, make
tie,
it-
and a shirt you got at a fucking flea market.
Your outfit should be a salad, like
Exactly.
the room.
Oh, that's
you got to
great.
know how to
Yeah,
put it
it's-
together. You got to have your own individual style and
Yeah.
own it. I hate when I see people coming up, but they're uncomfortable in what they're wearing. They're doing it because their girls told them that looks good, or their boy told them to do it, or they think they should do it, but they're not comfortable in it.
I don't think you should get someone else's opinion on what you should wear
Well,
out, really.
but most
I
people do,
agree.
because
Yeah,
most people
do.
don't have their own style.
Right.
And that is why, and John,
And they
I
don't have
think-
confidence.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you see me do this. I will pull people to the side and say, don't do this. Don't
yeah.
do this. Or put a pocket square. Or wear a jacket. Or wear a dark color. Or knock this off. You're 40 years old. You're dressing like you're 20 years old.
The Gucci tracksuit.
It's like, no, this
That's a
doesn't
good
work.
question. Somebody comes up in a tracksuit,
I don't let them in.
even if they want to buy a table.
Yes.
Even if they have a
Even
reservation.
if they say,
Turn them away
if
all
they
the
have a
time.
reservation.
Turn them away all the time.
no, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. The
Yeah.
reservation.
And shorts. Shorts to me are even more
Yeah,
offensive.
shorts.
No,
that's
yeah.
offensive.
It's
No,
very
yeah,
offensive.
yeah.
And people say it's the summertime. I'm like, I
No.
don't give a fuck. I'm wearing a
No.
suit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a suit. I'm standing outside all night. You're going into the AC. You can wear a pair of pants.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's-
Absolutely.
yeah.
Right?
I
Go
agree.
get a pair
You
of linen
never
pants.
wear shorts
It'll
to a
cost you $100
restaurant.
and you'll
Never.
be more comfortable than anybody else.
Where are some of your favorite spots to go to in New York City in terms of restaurants or hangouts?
It's interesting. My style and what I prefer has changed the older I've gotten, and now that I'm married. My wife is very, very stylish.
Yes, she is.
Like insane, and she's also very fucking old school for her, generation. Because there's
Yeah.
there's a bit of a difference between us. She's old school as fuck. So, and that's good because it pulls it out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I used to err a little bit, I used to own a tattoo shop down here, and, I used to err a little bit more on the kind of biker.
Yeah. I mean, you have
hard-ass.
5 bikes or something,
Grungy.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, a little more, hard ass. I mean, I still always wore sport coats every day, when I'm working and stuff. But, a
But
pair of
the
bike
only reason
boots,
I'm wearing a sport coat is
because I
because
came in, well, it looks damn good on you,
No,
bro.
yeah.
You're
No, he
rocking
did.
it.
I
He
was
was
like,
like,
I got-
he literally said, I was like, oh, he was like, well, I mean, you got to be respectful. He was like, you
Totally.
need to be
And
respectful.
you're rocking it well. Now
Yeah.
we get you like a jade green pocket square to pop that necklace, and we're fucking going.
Ooh.
Get out.
We're going.
Big.
We're going.
Oh.
Yeah, man, and pop
This
out
is
the eyes
jade,
too.
bro.
He's got the blonde hair, man. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could be my stylist. stylist,
that would work.
I couldn't
How many
imagine you
people ask
needing
me to
one.
do that? That's crazy.
I could not. I mean, he dresses wild.
Yeah, no, but
Insane.
he's rock and roll style.
He's
but it matches,
total
but
rock
it
and
matches
roll.
his energy.
Yes.
And he owns
He
it.
literally,
That's the
he
key.
does. He does.
Yeah, I don't give a
owns it.
shit.
He doesn't
I don't
give a
care
fuck.
if you like it.
But-
When we were
don't
first
like it.
dating, he would show up in green pants and like pink pants, red
Yeah.
pants. I'm like, and he didn't even say a word.
I
he was totally
remember-
fucking fine.
I remember you would come sometimes and be like, "Fuck, dude,"
Yeah.
but own it.
Totally.
Just
Own
fine.
it.
Red
But
Yeah.
fuck,
pants.
dude, in a good way.
And his
Yeah.
friends sometimes make fun of him. Like even still,
They're
they're
like,
like,
"What the
"What
fuck
are you
are you
wearing?"
Yeah.
He's
It's like, "Don't
"What the
worry
fuck?"
about it. You're not wearing it.
He's like, "Bro,
Right.
you're dressed from Brooks Brothers. What do you mean? What am I wearing?" I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Nothing wrong with Brooks
No,
Brothers either. I
but
just bought
they-
a bunch of shit at Brooks Brothers the other day.
But
with
they do
wifey.
the preppy style,
Yeah,
and his
but
friends
that-
will be like, "Dude, you look like you're like, why are you trying to look like a rock star?" And I'm like,
because she is a rock
it
star.
kind of fits the lifestyle.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it fits
Yeah.
the lifestyle.
Anyway, so places to go. So my preference has gone much more to really kind of high end places. So of course I love our Tao joints. But I like the Upper East Side, man. I really,
really?
What do you like
fucking
over
like
there?
it.
Yeah, nice.
I love Cipriani Uptown.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't like downtown. I don't like it.
It's
So you don't go to the one
influencer,
in,
yeah.
Which is a dog shit word, and I think it's a fucking lie.
Right.
Uptown, I mean, it's great. Everybody's dressed; they look great. Everybody has manners. The food is better up there. I
Yeah.
like San Ambrose in any city.
San
Oh,
Ambrose,
that's
yeah.
good.
I love,
Yeah.
Yeah. The one on
I
Lafayette.
love Monkey
Lafayette, yeah.
Bar. I love
Okay, Monkey Bar,
I
yeah.
love,
I haven't been there in forever.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Polo
my
Bar.
God.
Well, it closed and it
Yeah, it
reopened.
closed for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are old school.
Remember
joints.
Temple Bar?
Yeah, of course.
I love Temple
Yeah,
Bar. I
of
think they're
course.
open again too.
Good, thank
They
God.
I
are?
haven't been there in forever.
Yeah, so uptown, and I'm Italian, so I love Italian food.
What's your
You know, but
favorite
it's hard.
Italian restaurant?
That's a tough one, man. Do you know Arthur and Sons? It's
No.
Brooklyn
No.
Italian. So it's hardcore Brooklyn Italian. I love this place. I'm actually trying. I want to buy in. Like I want to be.
Really?
Oh,
in.
yeah.
It's great food, big fucking portions, and it's.
I love
good.
the big Italian
Yeah.
food should be big portions.
Oh, exactly. It's
like
not dainty.
I don't like when
Right.
they
It's
give
not
this
dainty.
small. I'm like, this is Italian food. It's
Yeah, exactly. Even
supposed-
Cipriani Uptown, when they do a pasta the right way, they bring it in the pot, which I love.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. When I go to Italy, I love when they bring the pot
in the
out.
pan, like at the
Yeah,
table.
they bring
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pot
yeah,
out
with the
absolutely.
big
Yeah,
fucking
and they go like this with like the
And then
tongs.
you leave it, and
Yes.
you
Her
can take
feet are
more.
still
Right, yes.
in it.
Yeah, yeah. Her like left
Yeah,
hip
exactly.
fell over. It's
Extra
like,
flavor,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah.
Her tits are in
Right,
there.
like you know.
Stick 'em in.
Right.
Stick her ass in there too. a little like that.
Anything, right?
Totally,
No,
man.
yeah.
Love that.
Totally.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of that place, but that's much more casual.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cipriani Uptown is kind of a go-to, and I also love Milos.
Yeah.
Milos.
Been a
Milos is
huge
great.
fan of Milos, and they're opening up. I'm on the west side, so they're opening all this shit in
Hudson
Hudson
Yards.
Yards.
Hudson
Yeah,
Yards.
Dude,
Oh,
the place is
yeah, it's
fucking
I love
beautiful.
It's
Hudson Yards.
beautiful.
They just opened the Bond Street.
Yeah.
Wifey and I have gone 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's,
yeah.
and
it's
I'm not even a
beautiful.
sushi guy, but it's
It's
just.
just so sexy. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
and the food.
Beautiful
Yeah.
I'm also a vegetarian, but with a coddle side, I've started eating fish again. I just want to. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's
I'm not
good.
a lunatic. I'm not doing it for any reason other than I want it for health.
Yeah.
So I've been eating some and Milos has great fucking fish.
Oh,
Yes, they
oh
do.
my
Yeah, yeah,
Bond
yeah,
Street
God.
has
yeah.
great stuff.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So those are
A
my
nice
preferences.
bronzino.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ludimere. They call it Ludimere at Milos. I love
Okay.
that. Yeah, the king of the sea.
Yeah.
So yeah, big fan, and I've been going for so many years. I'm friends with everybody who works there. I'm friends with the guy who owns the place. I used to bounce with one of the main captains who runs around. And I love seeing the guys, and it's like going home.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
it's some of the best food
It's
you're gonna get
really
in
good.
New York
Yeah.
City.
It's really good.
So yeah, those are the main, I would say, restaurants. Give me a good bagel. I'm a huge bagel
Bagel.
fan.
I love
Wifey's
bagel.
from Norway, so she loves that. I know, we talked
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
loves, herring and all that crap. I'm more of a.
Yeah, I'm
of
not a big herring
Yeah,
guy.
that's her thing.
Yeah.
I'm more of a whitefish salad lox guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Little smoked
Brooklyn.
salmon.
Yeah,
Smoked
well, that's what
salmon's
they
good.
call it. We call it lox.
Lox,
Yeah.
yeah.
They call it smoked salmon.
Yeah.
We call it Nova. Actually, that's
No,
my old
okay,
man used to
okay.
say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
heard-
got some nice Nova.
They have Nova lot. Yeah, they call it that.
Yeah, that's what they say. So that, we don't go to bars. I mean, I don't.
You don't go
I
to bars?
live in a nightclub. I'm not going to a
Yeah.
fucking
Right.
If there's no check involved, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So that's out, but rock
Oh,
and roll
that's
stuff.
funny because there's no check in a nightclub.
No,
He fucking pays you.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
No, but it makes
I never
sense.
thought of that.
When I used to
Never
work in
thought of that.
nightlife, I didn't want to go to a nightclub. I'm like, I'm literally there. I'll just go to the one that I work at.
Yeah,
if anything,
exactly
and
right.
why would I'm going to go home?
Yeah. But because of the rock and roll, music is, I think my favorite thing to do is go to dinner and then go to see shows. Because playing
Rock show.
rock shows. But for me, because I'm a performer, the only time I'm really happy is when I'm in front of a fucking audience. So,
Yeah, you're totally. I mean, watching you perform is you're just so comfortable and say
fun,
whatever
right?
you want. It's so fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You get into you have this stance, like you step back. It's like, it's just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a totally different element than seeing you at a door. You're just
much more reserved, right?
Yeah, and then performing, you're just like, you say whatever you want. You're just like, you're not a fucking model.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. This is
I do like you at the door, though. I remember a fur coat and a fur fucking hat this big.
Oh, yeah, I'm a
and
big
sitting
fur
in a
fan,
chair
bro.
this fucking high.
Well, that was, if you remember.
It was like, what do you call it? A lifeguard chair. It was fucking
but
gigantic.
do you remember why?
No.
Why?
It was, I've had 2 massive motorcycle accidents in my life. We were talking earlier about one.
yes.
The one before the one I had in Los Angeles, I had a cast on my leg for 2 months.
What?
Yeah, I had 5 screws, I had so much shit in my leg. But I went back to work right away, but I couldn't stand because it would swell up and I would be fucking dying. So I would sit in that lifeguard chair.
That's
And I
why.
would put my foot
You're
up on
going
the
to
stool.
hell. You're going to fucking
Remember?
hell.
And I would just point, and I would tell
Get
the guys
the
what
fuck
to do.
out.
Yeah, that way I was able to come back to work in 10 days from the
Damn.
accident.
You're fucking hardcore, man.
Yeah,
That is
otherwise my
hard.
leg would have been killed.
And it was
Imagine
winter.
standing-
It was winter because of the
Dead
fur
of
coat.
winter. Yeah, full
Holy
on fur.
shit.
Yeah, it's cold
Doing my
out there,
thing.
man.
Oh, it's brutal.
Did you had crutches? So if you had to go
I had
inside,
crutches, and I used to have a driver because I couldn't ride at the time. I had a cast on.
Of course not, yeah.
So I would have someone take me to and from, and I was in a wheelchair for a while because it was so
What
fucked
Wow.
up.
the fuck?
Yeah, can you imagine me in a fucking wheelchair?
No.
I told them forget about it.
I don't
So
think
they
that
tried to give
lasted
me,
long.
No, it didn't. They tried to give me one of those things where you
Like
a
you sit
card,
on the
yeah.
thing and
I'm
your
like,
knee
get the
rolls.
fuck
Oh,
out.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm like, give me
Yeah.
crutches, man. We'll figure
Right.
it out. Give me crutches.
Right. Don't give me this.
And we made it work. I went back to work 9 days.
How do you deal with 10 degrees and shit and you're out there for like 5 hours?
Fur. I wear a lot of. I know how to dress, and I'm a huge pussy when it comes to the cold, bro. I'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah, no, I hate the cold.
Yeah,
I hate the
I
cold.
love the
Brutal.
cold.
I'm brutal, man. And my wife's from Norway. You can imagine the brawls we have over that one.
Yeah.
I hate the
need
cold.
fresh air. I need fresh air.
It's
Babe, it's 20 degrees
Yeah.
outside. I need fresh air.
That's me. I have
I'm
the
free-
windows open. Like he's like, I'm fucking freezing. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
from Norway. How are you cold?
Yeah, I'm with him on
But-
that one. I
Yeah.
can't, but I know what I'm dealing with there. I thank God I've been doing it long enough that the guys know how I am, so I have massive heat lamps. I have mad heat lamps.
Yeah.
I have 3 times the number of heat lamps that they put in when they first built the spot. I came and I was like, so
You're like,
much,
this is not
I
enough.
need 3 more lamps.
Wow.
And they put them in. And now, when they're all going,
It's
your hair
fucking
fries.
warm. Yeah.
It's fucking hot.
Yeah,
man.
it's hot.
It's hot. It's
Yeah,
hot. So
that's
and plus I
fun.
got the fur, so
Yeah, you
I'm
got the
good.
fur,
man.
you got the fur.
I love. Look, I say this all the time. I love animals, right? But I buy almost all vintage fur.
I was gonna say Pete is gonna have a
Oh
problem.
yeah,
with that.
and fuck them. Come on, you know what? What'd you eat for lunch? Get the fuck out of here.
That's true.
I love that.
That's
You're
true.
holier
Don't
than
say-
now, but meanwhile
Yeah.
they had a steak, whatever. Yeah. So, and most of the stuff is vintage anyway. So I feel like it's an homage, man. Because
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Think about it. If my coat's 20 years old and I'm still rocking it, because we cold storage and
Yeah.
we take good care of our stuff, me and Keena. So it's like I'm wearing this forever. This animal may have died 30 years ago, but didn't die in vain because
No.
it's making me happy. It's making everybody who sees these
Right.
coats because they're pretty dope, right?
No, they are.
Totally.
They are the
Totally.
long ones.
Yeah.
And it's
Like,
serving a purpose. I mean, I'm warm, so
Yeah.
no apologies on that one.
how did you decide? The
With
first
him?
time, yeah,
With
absolutely. I mean,
Well,
how
this is kind of a no-brainer.
the
Look
first
at him.
time that he walked up. Do you even remember what club it was?
Must
Or
have been
how long
Avenue.
ago it was?
I mean,
was it Marquis?
I had been to Marquis. It probably was Marquis.
Yeah.
Like I'd been to Palladium, but I don't remember you from the Palladium.
Yeah. That was different.
That was
time.
a long fucking time ago. Maybe Marquis. Could be Marquis.
Could have been Marquis. Well, what did I say? As soon as
Yeah, I
he-
think so. Yeah.
He's a striking pose, right? He wears what he wears with confidence. There's no apologies. There's no regrets, but there's no douchebaggery.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
he is who he is. Plus, look at him, man. He's got long blonde hair. He's handsome as fuck. Why would I not let this guy in? Right? He's got mad style. He's got all this stuff
And he typically shows up alone or with a
Or
girl.
with a hot
almost
chick.
always
Yeah,
alone
almost
or
alone.
with a woman. That was
But I would never leave alone.
No
comment.
I don't remember.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, what happens in my rope stays in my rope.
Totally.
I love that.
I never
Totally.
talk.
So we're at the part of the show where we ask every single guest the same 2 questions. The first question is, if you could have dinner with anyone in all of history, dead or alive, who would it be? And second question is, if you could have the contact list of anyone in history, dead or alive, and who would it be?
Wow, tough one. The first one, the dinner thing, is really tough because there's some people that I have insane respect for and would just love to spend hours picking their brains. I'm gonna hit you with something that's so bizarre. Can I give you 2?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna laugh.
Yeah, I mean, with this jacket, I mean.
Winston Churchill
Winston Churchill.
and Brad Park.
Who's-
Wow.
My favorite hockey player of my whole fucking life. I met him when I was a kid.
No way.
Yeah, I met him when I was a little kid. And
Defenseman.
yeah, it was my number. I wore number 2 my
wow.
entire career. He was my guy. To this day, I still love this guy. I just fucking researched him on YouTube the other day just to
No
see
way.
some old videos. Was just
Just to
feeling
see the old-
nostalgic.
yeah,
for
yeah.
the old, no helmets, badass.
That shit was
Yeah.
crazy.
You know, getting into scraps, scoring goal. Like, he was a
Yeah.
great player. And Winston Churchill, to me, was one of the most brilliant political, strategic minds
I was going to say strategic,
Ever.
yeah.
Really?
ever. Yeah, ever. I don't know. Maybe
So you're big
Julius
into
Caesar.
history?
Yeah, I think that's the problem with the world right now. We don't pay attention to history because it repeats. Nobody's paying attention to what has happened over and over and over again.
The phone contact list, who would you want?
I would want yours.
Mine's pretty good. But I think on that one I would have to take Steve Rebell.
Steve
Ooh, okay.
Rebell.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to keep repeating the same names, but that guy, he knew everyone.
Everybody.
That you need to know. Wow, maybe Donald Trump. Think about the fucking.
Yeah,
shit he knows.
he's got some list.
Oh yeah, he knows everybody.
Yeah.
Right, because
Good
even from
and
before.
bad.
Yeah, even
yeah.
from before.
Yeah.
Think about it. He
Yeah.
built a dynasty even before he was.
Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, that's.
You know, yeah. So
That's a
he's
good
got to
one.
know everybody, good and bad, that you could ever need to know. So yeah, that's a toss-up. One of those two. If it was just for fun, Steve, but if it was for business
shit
and
that you
everything else,
needed.
I would go with the Donald.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you. This
on
was so
the
much
show.
fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
It was,
much
guys.
fun. Thank you for doing this with
watching.
us.
Really.
At Dirty Old Gangsters on TikTok and Instagram, and Dirty Old Gangsters on Spotify. The new record is dropping soon, which is called The Girl Is Trouble. Check out Instagram Model. And the first EP was called New York City Hustle. It's a lot of fun. And if we're playing around you, come see us because it's a fucking riot. And the music's great.
Absolutely.
It is. We were
It
there
is.
a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago.
Fucking phenomenal.
And
Yeah.
don't forget, go shopping at Play Hard Look Dope. They have the sickest shit. It's unbelievable. And for the price, you're never going to get any better. And that was a shameless plug because I love these guys and because I love this stuff. And I actually wear it.
Ooh,
Yes.
thank you.